Wayne here. Being across the country, what's reasonable ask for time? I was thinking of bringing him here for half the summer and me going there for either winter or summer break. Being long distance like that, we definitely have clients all over the country who have cases out here, have kids who live out here, and it's really age and situation dependent. Um, Younger kids, it's going to depend on, I would say, 0 to 3 or 4. It's going to really depend on how much what the relationship has been like, and how much both parents have been involved. I'd say 4 to 11 or 12, really before they hit the high school years. That's prime situation where we have a lot of cases where we do 2 week spring break, 2 week Thanksgiving break out here, where the away parent has all school breaks. So they have 10 weeks for summer break, they have 2 weeks for fall break, they have 2 weeks for Christmas break, and then they have 2 weeks for spring break, which I mean, it's not near 50-50, but I mean, of the 52 weeks of the year, gets them to 16 weeks. It's really hard to do anything shorter than probably a week period. So especially with those elementary school age and early middle school age kids, we see a lot of that. That gets challenging when they get to high school age, because what do high schoolers want to do? Well, one, they probably don't want to spend their entire summer with their parents. They want to spend their entire summer with their friends. That one gets challenging. But I think in terms of, we definitely have situations where they split the breaks, or they split summer break, and then they get spring break and fall break, and they do some split of Christmas break as well. Really, you're looking for any significant off time during school. We also encourage, we always try to get like the long weekends, the 3 or 4 day weekends when school is in session, for, hey, with 30 days notice, can I come out there on a Wednesday or Thursday? And then, hey, they have Monday off of school. So get to spend almost an entire week with 3 or 4 days off of school. So that's another thing that we usually try to throw in if possible. That, hey, get long weekends, be able to go out and visit the kid on long weekends. So in short, it's really situation dependent. We have everything from child's homeschooled and it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, to all 4 of the major school breaks, to splitting all 4 of the major school breaks. So it's something you have to look at. There's obviously a financial piece with the flying, and depending on the age of the child, you may have to make round trips to pick up the child. So there's a lot of factors that go into that. But I think you have to take a look and say, what can you actually do, and what does your child want? That would be the big piece. That's what I would tell you on that front, is that you got to take a look at what's possible, because we see it far too often. Guys come to us, and especially with long distance, they've committed to something they can't do. If you can't do monthly flights out to California from Georgia to see your child, then don't commit to it, because it's going to look bad to the judge. So first thing you got to do is look at yourself and say, what can I actually commit to? What do I want? And then be able to make that decision. I'll hop back to Wayne here. I touched on your question. You got a follow up here. So in short, for those that just hopped in, so there was a case in Maryland for custody. Mom moved without a court order, but dad agreed. And now the case, there really hasn't been anything going on in the case. So should you reopen the Maryland case? So if it's for custody in every single state is technically an open issue until the child turns 18, sometimes 19. California, it's 19 or high school graduation. So it's probably not that you have to reopen the case. The case is still there. Your state may have procedures to, if a case hasn't had any activity in a period of time. But if Maryland took jurisdiction, Maryland still has jurisdiction. So you definitely have the option to do that. The other option could be, it's more time consuming, most likely, would be to request that to move through and get the case transferred to the state of California, so that in the state of California these things can get so it can get brought into the state of California. Now, I'll tell you, California, just about every single county you're going to deal with is going to be 2 to 3 months at minimum from getting transferred in before you're going to get any sort of hearing. So that's something that I would speak with a local attorney in terms of where your case is in Maryland, and what strategically would make sense for you, because in your position, you're probably going to have the option of either getting it transferred to California or reopening it in Maryland.